The vanishing of the SS Ourang Medan. In the humid 1940s, somewhere in the vast South China Sea, a chilling SOS crackled over the airwaves. All officers, including the captain, are dead. Lying in the chart room and bridge, possibly the whole crew is dead. A brief pause followed, then a final chilling message. I die. The signal was traced to the Dutch freighter SS Ourang Medan, drifting near the Strait of Malacca. When a rescue ship arrived, they found the crew's corpses sprawled across the decks, eyes wide with terror, faces contorted as though something unspeakable had seized them in their last moments. The radio operator was still seated at his post, his fingers frozen on the Morse key. Just as rescuers were preparing to tow the Ourang Medan, a fire erupted from within the hull, and before they could react, the vessel exploded and sank, taking her crew's secrets with it. Some speculated about toxic gas or lethal cargo, others claimed paranormal interference or extraterrestrial contact. The SS Ourang Medan remains a ghost story among sailors, a warning about the deadly mysteries lurking within the vast blue unknown. The ghost ship Mary Celeste. In 1872, the brigantine Mary Celeste set out from New York City on a journey across the Atlantic, her crew unaware of the grim reputation that would soon engulf their ship. Found drifting in the Atlantic, the Mary Celeste was discovered in pristine condition, sails intact, personal items untouched, and a half-eaten breakfast still on the table. Not a single soul was on board, though the ship's lifeboat was gone. There were no signs of a struggle, no trace of violence, only the eerie silence of a ghostly vessel. Over the years, theories of sea monsters, pirate ambushes, and mutinies have surfaced, but none explain the unnerving lack of physical evidence. A theory speculates that alcohol fumes might have terrified the crew into abandoning ship, but this too has its flaws. As the Mary Celeste continues her spectral journey through maritime legend, she serves as a reminder of how the ocean's mysteries can drive humans to the brink, and perhaps beyond. The disappearance of the MV Joyita. The MV Joyita left Samoa in 1955, carrying 25 souls. When it failed to reach its destination, a search party discovered the ship drifting, eerily silent, hundreds of miles off course. The ship was still buoyant, despite some damage, and inside, food and valuables remained undisturbed. Yet the crew and passengers had vanished. The radio was damaged, and strange scratches marked the interior, as if made by someone desperate to escape. Even more mysterious was the absence of any life rafts, suggesting the crew had tried to flee something terrifying or unseen. Did they encounter pirates? Or was something more sinister lurking in the waters? The MV Joyita has become a ghostly figure in Pacific lore, a silent reminder that in the vastness of the ocean, entire lives can vanish without a trace, leaving behind only an empty hull and endless questions. The Phantom of the SS Valencia. In 1906, the SS Valencia embarked on what should have been a routine voyage along the coast of Vancouver Island. However, a fierce storm drove the ship into treacherous waters and she struck a reef. In the ensuing chaos, lifeboats capsized and passengers were swept away by the icy waves. Survivors described horrific scenes of fellow passengers drowning and the ship's deck engulfed by raging waters. Only a handful survived, but stories of the wreck grew darker as time went on. Fishermen reported seeing the SS Valencia as a phantom ship along the coastline, her deck lit by ghostly lanterns and her passengers, spectral and sorrowful, waving silently. Legend holds that the SS Valencia appears as a spectral vision when storms approach, as if warning sailors of the same fate that befell her. To this day, the SS Valencia haunts the Pacific coast, her tragic story a symbol of human frailty against nature's fury. The cursed shipwreck of the Eliza Battle. The Eliza Battle, a steamboat that once sailed the rivers of Alabama, met her doom in 1858 when fire engulfed her wooden frame. The burning vessel drifted down the Tombigbee River, and passengers and crew desperately leapt into the freezing waters, only to succumb to the cold. The townsfolk, haunted by the tragedy, began to tell of ghostly apparitions. On foggy nights, the Eliza Battle reappears on the river, flames climbing her decks as eerie cries echo over the waters. Local lore claims she's a warning, appearing only when danger looms on the Tombigbee. Fishermen and riverboats alike give her a wide berth, wary of the phantom fireboat that continues to drift, her fate forever sealed in the river's icy depths. The enigmatic Kaz 2. The ghost yacht Kaz 2 was found adrift near Australia in 2007, with no trace of her three-man crew. Food was set out, the radio was functional, and even a laptop lay open as if the crew had merely stepped away. Yet, the yacht's dinghy and life jackets were untouched. Investigators speculated that a sudden event caused the crew to fall overboard, but no evidence was found to support this theory. Some believe a rogue wave or a strange phenomenon pulled them into the sea, while others suspect something darker. The Kaz 2 remains a modern mystery, a reminder that even in an age of advanced technology, the ocean still holds sway over life and death. The unsolved sinking of the SS Waratah. Known as the Titanic of the South, the SS Waratah disappeared in 1909 on her way to South Africa, with over 200 passengers. Despite numerous search efforts, no trace of the ship or her passengers was found. For years, locals along the African coast have reported seeing a ghostly steamship drifting near the horizon, her lights flickering in the dark, only to vanish into thin air. The SS Waratah has become a maritime legend, her ghostly image a warning to other ships. Was she a victim of supernatural forces or a tragic accident? Her fate remains one of the sea's greatest mysteries, an unsolved puzzle over a century in the making. The tragic tale of the Princess Augusta. In 1738, the Princess Augusta set sail with European passengers seeking a new life. But as harsh conditions worsened and rations ran low, tensions mounted. Some survivors spoke of mistreatment by the ship's officers, and legend has it that, in their desperation, the passengers placed a curse upon the vessel and its crew. When the Princess Augusta sank near New England, the curse took root. To this day, on stormy nights, a mysterious light known as the Palatine Light appears above the waves where she went down. Locals say it's the ship's ghostly remains, a signal from passengers wronged and forgotten, forever adrift in the waters of the Atlantic. The Phantom Schooner of Bathurst Inlet. In the icy realms of the Canadian Arctic, the tale of a ghostly schooner drifting through Bathurst Inlet sends shivers down the spines of hunters and explorers. The schooner's story is one of ill-fated men who sought to winter in the unforgiving Arctic, only to perish as the cold claimed them. Now, on frigid winter nights, the schooner appears in the distance, her frozen sails creaking and no one aboard. Inuit legends say the crew's souls are bound to the schooner, forever seeking warmth and salvation. The spectral vessel is a haunting symbol of human hubris against nature's overwhelming forces. The mystery of the Octavius. The Octavius was a merchant ship found near Greenland in 1775, her crew frozen solid, still seated in their bunks. The captain's logbook revealed that they had been trying to navigate the Northwest Passage but became trapped in the ice. With no way out, they slowly froze, their final thoughts etched in the last entry of the logbook. 13 years later, the Octavius was found drifting in the icy waters, her crew preserved by the freezing temperatures. The image of frozen men and the ghostly ship remains a macabre testament to the dangers of the Arctic and the relentless power of the cold. The legend of the Lady Lovibond. The Lady Lovibond, a vessel celebrating her captain's recent marriage, set sail on Valentine's Day in 1748. But jealousy brewed among the crew, and amid the merriment, tragedy struck. A scorned first mate steered the ship into the treacherous Goodwin Sands, sinking it and killing everyone on board. Since then, every 50 years, sailors claim to see the Lady Lovibond drifting along the coast, decorated as if for a wedding. With her sails fluttering softly, the ghost ship appears only briefly, disappearing as silently as she came, her captain and crew forever bound by the curse of that fateful night. The unexplained disappearance of the Carol A. Deering. The Carol A. Deering was found run aground off North Carolina's infamous Diamond Shoals in 1921, with her crew missing and the vessel eerily abandoned. The ship's log, navigation charts, and life rafts were all missing, yet there were no signs of a struggle. The Bermuda Triangle is said to lie nearby, and theories range from pirates to supernatural forces, but the truth remains elusive. Her empty hull sits in maritime legend, a warning to sailors daring enough to cross treacherous waters. The Carol A. Deering has become a cautionary tale, a silent specter of the mysteries that linger where the sea meets the sky.